Hi there. Welcome to Tales from the Driver's Seat. And I figure since I can't get online and blog, I have my phone rigged up on a mount on my windshield so that it's not so distracting, and I have to look front so I'm not looking all over the place. And, you know, it's kind of like killing two birds with one stone. I get to talk about what's, sloshing around in my brain, and yet with the collapse of internet in Bristol lately, at least I get to, say something. God forbid I don't say something. Typical female. Connecticut with Storm Alfred has been pretty interesting. And we're all just basically kind of trying to muddle our way through this. And I'm a big believer in you don't make it through the rough times, you're made through the rough times. So my take is, what is God trying to teach me or us through this whole thing, and how can we learn? How can we come up to a bit higher of a standard, or how can we improve? There's something that just keeps rolling around in my head, and it's a small thing, really, but I think it's key. Everywhere I go, I hear people complaining about the fact that they don't have heat, and those are legitimate complaints. It's a tough time. It's cold at night. They have children. My heart really does break for those that, are struggling, that have babies unborn and born, that are cold, because that's just tough. People losing all their food in the refrigerator. It's probably going to be close to a week for Bristol before we have our power back on. And thank God I've been able to find a way to keep my roommate's food mostly intact. But more so than that, I would really like to get my focus off myself, to get it on to how can I help others that are struggling. There's all kinds of Bible scriptures that talk about, putting others first, and, when you advance the kingdom, God will take care of you. And that's kind of a principle that's really is appropriate and much more even evident when you're going through a time of crisis or a lot of trouble. And one thing especially that he's been impressing me with is the fact that we just need to really stay thankful. Putting your mind on things that are pure and lovely and right and true and honorable, instead of I don't have, I can't, I don't have. Just because that helps to shape you to react to these things better. The word also says many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord helps them out of them all. Not some, not a few, but all. And I really have a heart for those that are out there, the electrical people that are helping to try to get everything back online again. They're working at crazy hours. They're putting up with all kinds of garbage from people that are screaming and yelling and complaining. Yesterday morning I was on my way to Ben and Fran Babbage, and I was at the end of the street, their street, and there was a crew working. It was the first one I actually saw. And I just yelled, "Hey," out the window. And, you could almost feel their hackles raising on the back of their head as they wondered, oh, it's coming. And I just looked at them and I kind of smiled and said, you know what? Thank you. And all they did was just give me this big grin and put their thumbs up and say, yeah. And it just made my day, and I hope it made theirs. And if you keep on with that kind of attitude, it just makes going through things a lot a lot easier for everybody, including yourself, and helps to get the focus off of you and your troubles, and that always makes for a much better way. Anyway, God bless you, and I hope you are thriving in the storm.